It can certainly get loud inside this building. And just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis.
To Hunt, 57 to Mike. Run out. Check 52. Gun.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And right away they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Looking to throw on second down. Cousins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack there by Rasheem Green.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
After the sack, they'll come up now third and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. Here's Britton Colquitt now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Now it's Lockett. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So good starting field position for him here as they come up first and 10 at the 40. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson, and he is going to be stopped cold. Behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up second and 12 at the 38-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. Wilson throwing quickly out to Lockett. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
First down.
Mike, ready? Check 55. Mike. Got it.
Now a play fake here on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. There for the sack, Everson Griffin. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. There's Wilson to throw. Going for Metcalf on the... That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. 59 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Come on. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Kill.
And the catch made by Johnson. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
49's the mic. Hey, Haywood. It's our time. 49, guys. Mike, 49. Get your swerve on.
They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. That's to his running back, complete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, here's Penny. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Jason Myers for the Seahawks field goal.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Go team, spell.
Cousins eluding the pressure right. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Flush to his right, and this is incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The ball's still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on 4th down.
And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Check, 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 check. Watch it. Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, Ray, seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Cook able to escape, and they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
They run again on 1st down. Cook, he'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he's a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
But, writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on fourth down?
49 to Mike. 49 to Mike.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
49.
Now Cousins on fourth down. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Alert 3. He's checking.
Got it.
Crash.
Hey, 0. Still got 4 down.
Watch it.
Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. Couple completions, you string them together, could get
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here. Here's Wilson. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Marcus Sherrill's back deep for Minnesota. Fielded just inside the 30. A great return there of 22 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Throwing is Wilson. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Penny. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Here's the sneak with Wilson. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in. And they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
Watch the run, watch the run. Shoot. Check 9. Check left. You go tight. You got tight right there.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 7 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, Wilson escaping the pressure right. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 14-7. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Check 15.
They'll run on first down. It's Cook, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
The tackle made back at the 37-yard line.
Now on 2nd and 13. Cousins. And this is Cook with a grab. Cook stripped, the ball's out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. There he goes left side. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave them a comfortable lead.
Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 21-7. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Here's a quick throw to Thielen. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back.
Bravo!
49's the mic. Watch 49. He's tired of me.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Check. Watch 54. Watch it up for a second. Quit talking about it and bring it. Mine's 54. Mine's 54.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Shoot!
Bang, 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 bang.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he's going to keep it. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Bailey got the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a 1-score game.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That really sets him back. A loss of 6. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
280.
Mike 5-4.
We ain't giving up nothing today.
Where's Twins? He look.
They'll run it again with Penny. Only 2 yards on the pickup there, and now they're looking at a long 3rd down. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back. Tell him to take care of the ball and try and move forward.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on third down.
First down.
The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He'll find Ballore out of the backfield. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very solid gain of 27. Penny, the first down carry. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Penny running right. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. Penny will try to punch it in. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
At the 1-yard line.
They come out here in the eye. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Now Rashad Penny. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to perhaps salt this one away. And Myers able to knock it through. And that will extend their lead even further. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Steps away to his left. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Gun. Here we go. Bring the energy.
Here's Cousins. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. All right, Charles, as a former defensive back, how disheartening to actually catch it but just not be able to stay in bounds there defensively.
Well, extremely, because you know the rap against us defenders is that we're frustrated offensive guys who can't catch. And he caught it, just couldn't get his feet down in bounds. It's that second part that finished off the play for him.
Now Cousins. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Brad McDougald. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And still a little bit of time left, but the defense can't stop the clock. So 3 kneel downs should be enough to finish this one off. Wilson wants to throw it. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's going to be caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Vikings 14. Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Good route here.
Cousins now. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
49, guys. Mike.
Gun.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Go ahead, go ahead.
You can't block me.
Cousins on first down. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Being chased out left. Now a desperation throw. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there. Cousins to Thielen. 43 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Cousins again. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To the air again, it's Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So the victory here for Seattle, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people